The defence remains pretty constant. Tonight the feeling is that Zola will play a prompting role behind the two strikers. Casaraghi, who was disappointing against England, now gets another chance. Alongside him, Del Piero. Well, here is Zola. Italy, like France, remember, still looking for their first win. Our referee tonight, Lopez Nieto of Spain, gets the game underway. Italy tonight in a change, strip of white as Lombardo plays the ball forward towards Casaraghi. And a corner straight away for the Italians. France overall, in fact, have a poor record against Italy. Played 29. France have won only 6 of them. Italy 17. But France have won the last 3 between these two nations. Corner, and Charbonnier gets his first touch as an international goalkeeper. A good, satisfactory punch clearance. Down the line again from Zola to Maldini. Whipping the cross in, the Burke with the header away. Once again, Zola tries to make progress, gets beaten up. Zidane finding Maurice. Zidane again, bringing VAR into the game, soon to join Milan for £4.5 million. The cross coming in, but Italy having no troubles getting that one away. Frank the Burf again. And now Lombardo. Del Piero made a good break forward, but cut up quite easily. There's Arazu towards Maurice, who looks very active up and down that line. Number 5 is Cannavaro. Good sound game against England in a pretty nervy defence. Zidane. Casaraghi. Good swift challenge by Didier Deschamps. Carambeu. Lizarazu on the far side. Abbas plays for Atletico Bilbao. Launched down by Lombardo. Costa Curta forward to Del Piero. That fell nicely for him. Now maybe we'll look for Casaraghi, although Lombardo's made a good break down the left-hand side. Here's Roberto Di Matteo. That's a lovely ball now. The flag is up and it's offside. Olivio's unhappy with it.
Well, I'd like to see that one again, Brian, because this is very tight. I think there were players offside. I'm not sure Delivio was.
There, it looks as though he might have been, actually, doesn't he? Very close.
He's so quick, isn't he? You know, but it was touch and go.
Zidane. Such a powerful man. Oh, great play. Just didn't quite finish it off for Lizarazu. They say here, as I've said before, he's got the body of a bear and the mind of a fox. He's got such power about him. And then the final pass wasn't quite what the French wanted. Mr. banging it forward again. Turan. Deschamps. Turan. Raised in Italy with Farmer. Number 15. Ooh, that's a good ball for Zidane. The chance is on here! Zidane, the scorer, 1-0 France. A superbly taken goal. Some great work by Turan as well. But really clinical finishing, which has been so absent in so much of the French play in the last year or two. Kevin?
Oh, this is a tremendous goal. It's the ball from Turan that really just cuts out. I think it's Costa Curta there. One touch and beats the keeper near post. But really and truly, it's such a good finish, you almost can't blame the keeper for getting beaten near post. What a strike.
And again, banged it in with a side foot. Well, let's see what that does to the French. They were a little bit on their uppers after England beat them with that late goal from Alan Shearer. It'll remember had already drawn with the Brazilians. They weren't too displeased with that result, naturally enough. Del Piero.
Yeah, the amazing thing is, Brian, here we're sitting looking now on an Italian side that in 2 and a bit games have conceded already 6 goals. But, you know, that in itself is very unusual.
I don't know what the wooden spoon is in Italy or Italian, but they look like picking it up at the moment. French are rampant. Levert. Maurice. Gary. Now Barr. Well, Barr, really, a shot was on for him, was it?
Certainly was, but a little bit of inexperience there. Wanted to pass the book for me. But again, Zidane's just scored from that sort of angle, Brian. But the difference is Zidane's an experienced player.
Olivio, good play by Desai. Kerember. French crowd beginning to enjoy this now. And back it goes to Charbonnier. His first cap, but not without experience. He's been a terrific goalkeeper with Auxerre during their European campaigns. Deschamps. Barr. Deschamps. Too slow there, Dugarry. Kazaragi. Bourgeois in very quickly from Marcel Desai. Towards Maurice. Crowd from behind. Play on, said the referee. Advantage well played, but Maurice is still feeling the pain a bit.
Costa Curta going over there to pick him up. That's saving getting a yellow card.
Yeah, and he's had terrible troubles with an Achilles injury that's really ruined his season, and that sort of tackle that you saw there won't do it any good at all. Frank Levert. Pass towards Dugarry. Very well read, though, by Nesta. Zola, who needs to do some prompting now for Italy. Lombardi, inside for Di Matteo. Foul there on Casaraghi. Free kick to Italy. Paolo Maldini. Good cross in there, but not just over by Casaraghi.
A super ball this from Maldini, but you have to get a good header to beat someone from a penalty spot just over the bar.
Olivio. Curta to Maldini. Matteo. Here comes Leboeuf. Here comes Leboeuf again. No, he's not. Cannavaro chopped him. And I think he's going to get a yellow card for it.
I don't know how you feel, Brian, but I just feel the Italian team, amazing to have to say this, but it lacks a bit of shape. You know, they always look tidy and well organised, but they even more than that, they usually have a bit of shape. This Italian side, it's just a mishmash for me. I mean, Casaraghi's struggling up front, and that's not helping the cause, but the problems are much more than just that.
Summing up the first half, Kevin?
Well, I think France are well worth the 1-0 lead. I've been very, very disappointed with Italy again. I said after they played England, this team's got to finish bottom of the league, mainly because of their attitude. And I still think they're a team that just want to get home. You know, there's no real spark in there. And the players that can spark them, Del Piero and Zola, they look tired.
Zidane. And they raised themselves brilliantly for the draw against Brazil when they were 3-1 up. But here are France now with a free kick, looking to add to the goal that Zidane, the number 10, who's taking this free kick, has already scored for them. Dugarry's over there. Desai, Leboeuf's up there as well. Maurice, needless to say, is right in there. Barr is close at hand. Turan's in there. The Italians get that away with comfort as the half-time whistle goes. So France leading 1-0. Zidane the scorer at half-time. Italy make one substitution during the half-time. Costa Curta's gone off. Torrisi of Bologna comes on as a sweeper. About to get his first touch. Stefano Torrisi. Casaraghi beaten by Desai, but there's a free kick to France. Italy, who really were outwitted in their first game by the Glenn Hoddle tactics and so on, redeemed themselves to a certain extent with probably the best game of the tournament, the 3-3 draw against Brazil. Lombardo's throw. And there's been no fortune tonight for Del Piero. Panucci, the defender, warming up to come on for Italy.
It's not defenders they need, though, Brian, is it? It's a forward.
Well, here's Del Piero. He is a forward. And he's got Casaraghi in the middle, but he's not going to get any well. The referee said there was no foul there, and so France can bring it away. They get it forward now to Maurice. Zidane's gone up ahead of him. Here's Zidane. The turn trying to get Dugarry in. They're still keeping it going. Maurice with a shot, but not nearly enough power to worry Pagliuca.
They're comparing Maurice a little bit with Jean-Pierre Papin. You can see why in his build, but I haven't seen anything yet from him that makes me think he's worth 4.5 million, which is what Paris Saint-Germain have just paid Lyon for him. So
Zola's coming off. So Zola from the midfield goes off, and Panucci, who normally plays on the right side of the back, is coming on. And an interesting piece of refereeing, Kevin, while you were talking about that. The referee obviously felt Del Piero had dived there. He ran something like 50 yards to remonstrate with Del Piero and tell him, that's your last chance. Well, Lombardo over on that left-hand side. Casaraghi. Del Piero. And he's picked up Delivio here. Del Piero's waiting in the box there for him. Casaraghi's there! And Casaraghi scores the equaliser. French defender, I think it was Leboeuf, actually probably put it over the line, but it's Casaraghi's goal, no question of that.
Well, this is a great cross. He's asking, it's bad marking from the French.
Puts it in, and there's the header, and Leboeuf actually puts the ball into the net, but it's Casaraghi's goal, and the first goal he scored, in fact, under Maldini's management.
Well, it's come from out the blue as well, Brian, hasn't it? But what a good finish, and there's nothing Leboeuf can do. Totally off balance, has dealt it in the net.
Here's Leboeuf. One apiece. Maurice. A little turn. Nesta got there first. Lizarazu. Zidane.
Yeah, Delivio's going mad there, but he's so strong, Zidane. He reminds me a lot of Trevor Brooking as a player. You know, he's got deceptive pace, but he's so strong.
Zidane wants to take it fairly quickly. And he wanted actually Lizarazu to come towards him, but instead of that, he's going to float it in. Oh, just off the crossbar. Well, it was Kenembu. It was more a reflex than anything else.
It's far, I think, Brian, but he just sticks his head there. And he's just touched the top of the bar.
Just flicked off the top of the crossbar. So it stays 1-1. And Maurice is coming off. And Jerkov, who's a very experienced, good player, is on in place of Maurice. Jerkov, who plays for Inter Milan. 29th cap he's winning. He scored 14 times. He was Inter Milan's top scorer this last season with 14 goals. Here's Delivio. A bit of space. Why not make use of it? And he gets a corner.
Well, suddenly that goal, and it looks like this game could go their way. And, you know, it really is amazing football, isn't it? You know, just a goal can change things. I'm looking forward to seeing Jerkov play up front. That's his best position, Brian.
Without a doubt. Now here's Del Piero with the corner. Kicked off the line by Deschamps. Well, it's a much better situation now. And Kerenbur is coming off. And they're bringing on the number 17. Vieira from Arsenal. Jerkov. But he's a lively and a neat player and a very experienced one as well. Lizarazu. Nothing doing. Okay.
He's trying to do a Carlos Alberto, but it didn't work, did it?
Carlos.
Yeah, Roberto Carlos and his brother Roberto. Something like that, Brian. You know what I mean? He was trying to drop his shoulder and whip a ball in, but it never worked.
So Panucci down the line for Delivio. Panucci. Teo, Cannavaro, Nesta, and Maldini. Lombardo permanently placed down that left flank at the moment. But he lost out the sheer strength of Turan. Jerkov's in there, Gugari's in there, and here's Barr to the byline, flicking it back. Good work by Paliuka. Now this is much better.
Oh, this is excellent goalkeeping. You have to make a decision. It's not an easy one for a keeper to make, to come that far out to the near post, but it is very well.
Meantime, Del Piero plugging off the challenge of Turan, but not of Leboeuf. And here comes France again with Didier Deschamps. Zidane. Jerkov's away here on the left.
Here's that great keeping. He has to come near post, commits himself. Does very well, because no doubt that Gary would have got it.
Lizarazu. Vieira. Deschamps. Turan. France building up a head of steam now, looking for what they hope would be the winning goal. Jerkov. Trying himself. Oh, what a fantastic goal! What an amazing goal by Yuri Jerkov. Fantastic applause right around the Parc des Princes. Nothing looked at beyond as he was taking that further away from the goal. But whipping in a shot that was absolutely unstoppable.
We've seen some great goals in this tournament, Brian, but this just might be the best yet. Nothing on, takes a couple of strides, and woo, the power. I mean, the keeper doesn't move.
As you say, we've seen some cracking goals in this Tournoi de France. You're seeing at this very moment one of the very best. Casaraghi is coming off, and Christian Vieri coming on for Italy. Maldini, plenty of space on the far side for him. To the right foot, and Del Piero. Oh! What a glorious opportunity missed there. One would have thought Del Piero certainly would have had a little pop himself at goal. Looked as though he might have been suspiciously offside in any case, but then instead of trying to play the ball into the net, tried to get Vieri in. Well, there was a chance missed, Kevin.
Well, I think that sums up Del Piero's night. Everything he was against Brazil, he hasn't been against France tonight.
On occasion when Maldini wasn't on that far side as well, there might have been some progress to be made down that flank. D'Olivio. Ooh, Panucci. Zidane. Ball just kept in play. Wasn't much to it. Here's Lombardo. Good finishing flourish here by the Italians. Del Piero. Will he get to the byline? Is he given a penalty? He has. Del Piero brought down, and Italy on the stroke of time from the penalty spot have an opportunity as Turan brings down Del Piero. The referee hesitated for a moment, then pointed to the spot. Looks like it might have been.
Oh, I think it's a harsh one, Brian. I mean, it's one of those, you can't blame the referee for giving it. He was right behind it. He got the ball, but he also got the man.
And Del Piero with a chance to restore equality and a bit of pride for the Italians now. And Charbonnier, his first international for France, turn out to be the hero. It's all down to Del Piero here. It's 2-2.
Almost a replica of the one he scored against Brazil. High into the right-hand side of the keeper. Absolutely no chance. Perfect penalty for me.
Well, he's got nerves of steel as this young man, Del Piero, only 22 years old, taken with great aplomb. And France, after twice excitingly in the lead, both with terrific goals, find themselves twice pegged back by the Italians. Time added on. Here's Zidane. There goes the final whistle. Well, the Tournoi de France has finished with a flourish, and finished, many would say, with a bit of controversy with that penalty strike by Del Piero, but it was Zidane who got the thing going in the first place. Casaraghi with the equalizer, and then that wonderful goal by Djurkov for France, making it 2-1, and then Del Piero with a penalty right on the stroke of time. And after the break, remember, Wilson with John Barnes for tonight's analysis, plus Kevin Keegan's assessment of England's opponents here during the Tournoi, and the final summing up of the tournament by Glenn Hoddle himself. Stay with us after that for the score here in the Parc des Princes tonight, 2-2.
Welcome back. This evening in Paris, France and Italy have drawn the sixth and last game of the tournament. 2-2 the score. So France and Italy finish on 2 points each, But France, they do have that superior goal difference. Now, before John, let's get the views of Kevin Keegan on Brazil, France and Italy.
Kevin, what a pity that England aren't playing Italy this week in the World Cup instead of October.
Yeah, Gary, I mean, England have been terrific. You know, they've been on the ball, they've been up for it, as we say. And the Italians have been the opposite. You know, it's looked like the tournament's something they didn't really want to play in. Of course, it'll be totally different when we get there in October, we know that. But this was an Italian side that I think Maldini will be the first to say needs a few repairs here and there.
And what about France and Brazil?
Well, Brazil are world champions, and I think we saw it against England last night that why they're world champions. Very, very exciting. All the things that we expect Brazil to be. I think France, if they can get a centre forward, if they had a Ronaldo or a Shearer, they'll have a hell of a chance because they're playing at home. They've got a lot of good players. Zidane is a fantastic player. They've got good, quick defenders. I think everyone got something out of this tournament, but England got the most.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure that's true. Now then, John, this game tonight, it really started like a practice game, didn't it? Almost like a reserve game.
Yeah, it was very quiet in the first half, and Zidane lagged it up with the goal. But up until half-time, it really, as you say, was a practice game. But the second half really came alive, and there was some good play by both teams in the second half.
The one big thing in the first half was that 12th-minute goal, the great French goal from a great French player.
Yeah, Thuram, throughout the game, was hitting these balls, probably from higher up the pitch, but he puts a great ball in here. Zidane makes a run, and I think that reminds me a lot of the goal that Zola scored at England, and I think the sweeper was a little bit slow coming across Nesta, because the ball has travelled a long way, but it's an excellent finish by Zidane. His first touch really makes it.
Any question marks about the keeper here? Near
I thought so at first, but he really does put it in the top corner.
Bends it, doesn't it?
Here you can see Zidane starts his run early, and the ball is coming from a long way, and I think Nesta should really have picked up that run and come across, because he's got inside Costa Curta, and Nesta is nowhere to be seen. But his first touch and finish was wonderful.
One thing we did do in that first half,
And Zidane. And Djorkaeff came on, made things happen, and this is a wonderful strike. Excellent goal. The keeper is a little bit unsighted. I think Lombardo gets in the way, but I think that even if Lombardo wasn't there, I don't think he could have got this. You know, this is what Djorkaeff is good at, getting the ball out of his feet, running at defenders, and he's got an excellent strike. He's actually running away from the goal, so to execute that pace and precision, running away from the goal is fantastic.
well, we can show the pace, John, can't we, with this, with our technology nowadays. Here it goes.
64 miles per hour, 26 yards. I think the biggest thing for me with that was that the fact that he was actually pushing it away from him. With slowing down, waiting for him to make the challenge, and it was a silly tackle by Thuram. It's on his weak foot, going away from the goal.
Had a great game too, didn't he?
He had, and you can see the concentration on his face here. You know, he knows where he's going to put the ball, doesn't look at the keeper. A lot of penalty takers look to see whether the keeper's going to move, but he just knows where he's going to put it, head down, right in the same place.
An identical position here to the game. That's the, yeah. I mean, there it is, John. And
that was exactly like the Brazil, as
here
you can see here.
Now against Brazil the other night. Identical.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the same square as the net. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he has another one for the other corner as well.
Well, I was going to say, if you were